Now, some say it is the impossible job, following the most successful football manager in British history. But as Sir Alex Ferguson retires as manager of Manchester United, someone had to take the job. And in the last half hour, Everton have said that their boss, David Moyes, is to leave and wants to join Man U. So what challenges will the new man face, and just who are the Reds hiring? Well, one man who knows Moyes is Greg O'Keefe, who is the Everton reporter for the Liverpool Echo newspaper and an Everton fan. He joins me now from our studio in Liverpool. Greg, if you could just put aside your professionalism for the moment, as an Everton fan, what's your reaction?
Well, my reaction would be disappointment, really, because in David Moyes, Everton are losing a manager who's consistently brought standards up since he took over back in 2001, and he's really helped Everton to stabilise in the Premier League years and punch above their weight, if you like, and get so close to getting some silverware and working in the budgetary constraints that he's had. He's done an amazing job, and it'll be very difficult to replace him.
So if you can put your hat on as a football reporter then, is this a good move for him, and is he the right man for the job?
Well, of course it's a good move for him. I think David Moyes was so fond of Everton and so sort of entwined in the club's recent history that there were only a handful of clubs he maybe would have left for. He wanted to move to a club that was able to provide him with a bit more financial backing, and he wanted to move to a club that was in the Champions League. And there's only so many clubs that that can compete at that level, and you would have to say Manchester United is almost a no-brainer for any ambitious, relatively young manager, and that's what he is. So he'll go there with the support of the fans who'll probably be there on Sunday at Goodison Park and wish him well, and then they'll no doubt start fretting about how he can be replaced.
What is it about his personality that means he's going to be good at this?
Well, I think you've got to acknowledge the similarities between David Moyes and Alex Ferguson, for starters. They're both intensely ambitious. They're both obsessed with winning. They're both a real presence in the dressing room. They have an aura about themselves. They're neither best friends with their players, or are they, people who don't know when to put an arm around their shoulders. They're good managers, something David Moyes has always been credited with. And I think he deals well with pressure. And I think, it's not going to faze him to be on the tours of Australia and Asia and have thousands of fans coming out to just watch United train. I think he'll be able to cope with that. He's really got some fantastic experience he's gained while he's been at Goodison Park. And he knows how to get the best from players. He's a big advocate of youth. He's sort of brought Wayne Rooney through and helped him to achieve the position that he's found in football now, and he's done the same with a young lad at Everton called Ross Barkley. I say the same. He's helped him progress, and he's also an exciting talent. So he ticks almost every box. He hasn't won a trophy yet, and that's perhaps his the only sort of black mark on his CV. But he will say that he hasn't really had the financial backing to be beating teams like United, who he faced in the 2009 FA Cup final. And now it's his big chance to prove he's got what it takes at the very, very highest level, and I believe he has.
Greg, thanks so much for joining us with your thoughts
You're
there
welcome.
from Liverpool.